welcome back, man. This is episode 35 of Brick Shots with Billy and Tonio. Tonio, what's going on, man?
What's up, man? What's good with you?
Shit, just watching TV, working, trying to get this podcast off the ground.
Yeah, hey, same here. Just watching TV. I ain't working as hard as you, but trying to get the pod out the ground. Shout out to our producer in the back. He a little under the weather, so y'all won't be hearing from him a lot. There you go.
Probably not. I'm sure there might be one thing in here that he might say.
Yeah, there's probably a couple topics on here he can have something to say about.
So the concussions in the NBA, man. Last episode we started off talking about how crazy Tua's injury was, and then this Sunday, literally, Teddy Bridgewater also goes into concussion protocol, doesn't come back in the game. But if we go back to Thursday, another Thursday night game, Jonathan Taylor goes into concussion protocol and got fucked up. Now, I just have one quick thing to say, and I'm going to pass it to you. I wonder if all these quote-unquote advances they're making in the protecting the head of players and stuff like that is actually worse, because when they actually are getting hit, they're getting truly fucked up. I don't remember a year where we've seen people do that weird hand thing that Tua did, and then the way Jonathan Taylor got up and just kind of stumbled his way. I don't think we've seen that much until this year, and then it's like this big deal now. How do you see it?
Bro, I seen the same way. I hate to, bro, but I feel like COVID just fucked everything up. I feel like these people stopped practicing the way they normally practice, stop working out, stop going over the fundamentals. So people just getting smacked awkwardly. Like nobody's really form tackling anymore. I mean, there's a couple of people out there that it was stuck in them, but a lot of people just getting the hits off. And when you flying around, you play football. I play football. Harrison played football. When you flying around like that, because don't get me wrong, I don't believe any of these hits are I'm trying to knock his head off. Really, like you trying to knock his head off, but that's just a saying. That ain't them. Like I'm going straight for his dome. I'm trying to hit him helmet to helmet, get him out of the game, and nobody's doing that. But I feel like if you look at some of these licks now, the Tua ones, that's legit. He's just getting tackled. They getting their shit right. Jonathan Taylor, I just think, bro, like you said, it's too many people. First of all, I don't think people practicing like they is, but then all these rule additions, it's too much to think about on top of thinking about, all right, what's this offense about to do? Like and then how can I hit this person? And then, like, if I hit him like this, I'm out. I'm fine. Yeah. It's so much to think about instead of playing a game of football right now because of these injuries. And like I said, I don't think the players are going out there intentionally like, hey, I knock his head off, I'm gonna get paid extra, because that's the opposite of what's gonna happen. You're gonna get fined like crazily, like so.
Or this shit happens like it did in Tampa Bay this Sunday. And I'm not blaming the refs on a bad call. They're probably told to do this because especially with how bad the NFL looks right now, for some strange reason. Well, how bad the NFL looks to people who don't understand football for some reason, right? Yeah. Like that Tom Brady throwdown. Like, dude, the guy literally just threw him down. And Brady, so I know you've never been tackled in that type of way to where if you're spinning, if you spin with the tackle, the way Brady, like that's what you're supposed to do so you don't get fucked up. Because if he just stood straight, he would have got fucking rocked. Yeah. But Brady's been playing for 100 years, so he understands I'm going to spin with this tackle and get knocked down. That's a roughing the passer. Like, how did you want him to tackle him? That's what I feel like the refs can come out and say exactly like, oh, well, he should have done this. So we at least have a knowledge of, well, that's why then. Because
it's weird. And the way, because that ref, he came and explained it, and his explanation was dog shit. Like,
absolutely.
I didn't understand it. And I was like, all right, bro, you just made a bad call. Because, like, okay, it's Tom Brady. I get it. But at the same time, Tom Brady's still playing football. Let's coach it. Right. Let's call it like it's football. Because the same thing happened with Chris Jones just a few minutes ago. He made a completely legal tackle. And he ended up falling on top of Derek Carr. That's roughing the passer. How do you suppose? It reminds me of James Harrison when he was like, all right, when I get a sack, I'm going to put a pillow down and then just lay him down like that. Is is that good enough? And he got fined for saying that shit. But for real, like, how can you not hit the quarterback anymore in the league? Like,
I do think. Don't you think they could maybe like make those replay calls so like we can call back to New York and be like, hey, what do y'all think? And then the refs that aren't at the game could be like, no, that's crazy. Don't make that call. Reverse it or whatever.
I'm gonna keep saying this, and I get it. I don't want nobody to have CTE or never be able to walk again or nothing like that. But like I told you, and like I've been saying since we've been talking about football on this show, when you start Pee Wee football, you understand the risk of what football entails. It's a brutal sport. It ain't no powder puff shit. It ain't touch. Like, bro, if you want to play touch, it's intramural leagues all around the world. You can go play touch anywhere. Or go play fucking ultimate frisbee. That's what Harrison into. Go do that.
No, he's not.
Yeah, that he likes ultimate frisbee.
I play ultimate frisbee.
Very white officer sport.
Nah, that shit hard.
It's freaking gnarly, bro.
Ultimate frisbee is kind of fun, but I feel like from that little age all the way up, like, bro, you play the game knowing that it's a possibility that you're gonna get hurt, and it might not be no major injury, but it's a contact sport, Billy.
Right. And Joe Burrow said, I feel like Joe Burrow, he was on a podcast. I feel like he said the best thing ever. It's gonna happen. You just hope it's not you. That's it.
Yeah, and that's real.
If you want to play football and you want to go to the NFL, like if you're these college kids, right, and you achieve your dream, congrats to you. But it's a tough game. It's not just like you said, like if they want to start a professional flag football where nobody's getting hurt, okay. But then how many people are going to pull hamstrings? Now are we going to? There's no running now.
Now, like it's a lot, bro. Like it's football, bro. Like it's football. Like it's advanced. Like it could be as barbaric as it was when dumbass Herschel Walker was playing leather helmet. Like, or like when them people really was playing with leather helmets and they was just out there smacking each other. Can you imagine the pain and the agony them people was in?
No, because I'm a pussy. I would be like, this ain't for me. Like there would be no way I would do any of that.
Well, I'll tell you, like I've played a couple of games in my adult life with no pads and we were tackling and hitting somebody hard. That shit hurt. Like not getting hit, like delivering a lick. That shit hurt, bro. Like, so
I was even gonna throw out there, like, even if you're practicing, I know y'all probably did some practice with no pads, just a helmet on.
Yeah,
just doing like some fast walkthroughs. Dude, just getting kind of pushed. You're like, damn, I wish I had my shoulder pad right there. Like, dang. Like,
see, that's that quarterback mentality right there. He's a little sloppy.
I didn't like being touched. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, I get it. I get it. In that position, I wouldn't want to be touched anyway, either. But I think
Teddy Bridgewater real fast.
You said what now?
Let me throw it back to the Teddy Bridgewater thing because he passed all the concussion protocols that we have in place, and then they still set him down. And it's like, why? If he's good and nothing happened, it just looked like a big. You know what I mean? What are we doing?
The Dolphins organization is terrified right now. Like,
yeah, but just do the due diligence. And again, I'm going to bring back up accountability. Like, this is a grown man. If he's like, I'm good, especially if it's Teddy Bridgewater, who's just a backup, who's going to get paid backup money for probably another 5, 6, 7 years.
Well, maybe Teddy Bridgewater was like, nah, I ain't going back out. Maybe he did say something like,
oh, shit, yeah.
I mean, he could have, because he is a vet, so he know how you feeling. Like,
that's true.
Nah, y'all ain't about to do me or big bro me like y'all did too. Even though the NFLPA said that the Dolphins ain't do no wrong, I still think somebody should have big bro to and said, hey, bro, just take this one. 4 days is crazy. And now we're talking about him retiring. And I told you, like, him playing 4 days, you never know the severity of what's going on. For them to come and tell him that, hey, retirement is a possibility, now what, Billy? Like, now what? You come back, risk it all, or?
So that's a question for me sitting here in my garage. I would risk it, absolutely, yeah. But if I've already made,
put your self in Tua's shoes. You done made a little money. Is you risking it all, or?
It depends on how much he loves the game. If I love the game, absolutely, no problem. But if I did join the NFL to make money, then I'm good now. Like, was Tua going to get paid like a Derek Carr money or a Aaron Rodgers money or Dak Prescott even? No. If we're being honest.
He probably would have got about 70 mil at the most.
Right, which is a lot more money than any of us can really fathom, right? But at the same time, if you are that concerned about your health, Patrick Willis, Ole Miss, respect, right? He could have been probably the best linebacker we'd ever seen. Luke Kuechly, same thing. Like they were just like, yeah, no, this ain't for me. You got to make a big boy decision too. So if I'm putting myself into the shoes, I'm playing. I'm playing until they're like, hey man, this is your last one. Like you probably got one more concussion and you're gonna be fucked up forever.
Bro,
that's just me though.
The concussion thing, serious. I would never forget it. My best friend, my cousin, we was playing in a game, and he played because I went to a small school, so he played both sides. So he played running back and linebacker, and he smacked somebody, right? And they fumbled, but he got up stumbling, and like normally he would just be a decoy because he was strong, so he liked to block instead of run the ball. But they called a play for him because he was like, let me get me a tug on the year or something like that. And he was good on the defensive side ball. We probably was like 6 games in and he was already like 160 tackles. So he was out there hitting shit, like for real hitting shit. But he was like, all right, I'll be on the offense. I know all the plays. Let me just get this tug. Because we was like on a 2-yard line. It's a gimme. Like, it's a gimme. So they called a play and he like, nah, you go ahead. Because he forgot that it was going to him. And we ended up flipping the play. And I asked him, I was like, bro, that was your touchdown right there. Because we ran the same play to an opposite running back. And like I said, it was a gimme. Like, we just ran in there. Because we ran the ace. So they automatically thought the fullback or the quarterback was sneaking him. But we handed it off to one of the wings. And he just like untouched. And it would have been the same on the other side. So we get to the sideline. I'm like, bro, that was your touchdown. He was like, for real? The play was going to me? And I'm like, bro, yeah, they said this for you, Quartet. And he was concussed. And he played the whole game, bro. But like, he was concussed. And that shit ain't no joke, bro. Like, but in high school, you like, all right, I'm young, I'm gonna live forever, all that shit. But that shit definitely was crazy. I think, but I don't think Tua will retire, but he getting smacked like that, he ain't got but a few more in him, bro. Because like we seen his body locked up.
Yeah, and I mean that's a spine thing too, more or less than a head injury. Like at least I'm not a doctor. At least that's where I've been seeing a lot of doctors comment on these threads where it's a spine thing. Now his hips are already fucked up too. I couldn't imagine your hips and now your fucking spine is in shambles. You know what I mean? So, but I mean, Tua's going to do what Tua wants to do. There should be some kind of grown man decision being made. You know what I'm saying? Now, could Tua go coach and still make millions? Absolutely. I think what we're forgetting, everyone talks about the game of football where you only have a couple years to make your money. While that's true, you can go be, a running backs coach or a quarterbacks coach or a passing game coordinator or any of them.
Announcer. Them announcers are getting bread, bro. Like,
yeah. And it's not silly money to just be like, you know what I mean? Like, there's other ways to make this. Like, people act like football careers are just playing the game when it's in actuality. You can go work for ESPN. You can go, like, not even comment, just being on NFL Live, doing little bullshit. Bro, being a backup.
Like somebody would be like, "Oh, bro, you only getting a 3-year contract, making $9 million. That ain't nothing." Shit. I'll take it. ESPN.
I don't care what kind of taxes or whatever. Like, I feel like if you make $1 million in general, $1 million off rip, that's all you got for the next X amount of years. You're fine for those X amount of years. That's $1 million. People say you can spend it fast. Well, you can, but you have a home, a car, and your property taxes paid for 30 years, at least. Is that such a problem? Am I tripping? I don't know. But
speaking of retirement, maybe this quarterback need to find his way to it too. He just got the bag, but I don't know if it was worth it. They've been showing the quarterback that was rapping all them songs, sitting on the Broncos sideline, talking about, "Hey, we want him back. he was way cooler than what Russ got going on. We could at least he was fun. And I just been seeing that one meme of that that running back just looking at Russ like, bro, what the fuck happened to you?
So did you see the rest? So I didn't even realize until the other day that the meme, he's missing his whole face. The Gatorade bottle is like right here, and he's shooting the water like to his shoulder pad.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, Melvin Gordon was looking at him all crazy. He wanted to drink.
Hey, bro, Broncos country ain't riding, bro. And then he ended his press conference with Broncos country. That's a slap in the face, bro. That's a real slap in the face. How much did he get paid?
Like, I'm saying Broncos country, let's ride after a loss like that. After 5 weeks of inconsistent play is just basically very terrible. I agree with you. He hasn't produced. He's basically looked at as a fraud. And I don't know if y'all watch Good Morning Football, but Kyle Brandt was basically calling him what Channing Crowder called him. Channing Crowder called him a cornball, but Kyle Brandt called him basically like a poser. He called him somebody that just comes through and he seems pretty fake. Kyle Brandt's rant seemed very more personal laced, but I feel like, the reason why nobody said anything about him in Seattle is because he had that Super Bowl. You had the Legion of Boom. You were able to hide him, but now he's over here, more demanded of him. You're in a bigger football spotlighted town and you're on primetime football every week. And it's just like, man, you are letting everybody down week by week and you are not producing. It's one thing to lose games where it's shootouts. You're not even putting up points. Like you had to go down to the wire for with Colts. And I'm gonna let you take back over, Billy, because your connection is getting better again.
My bad. Sorry. I didn't know if that was me or not. No. And I agree with everything you said, but I also think there's a lot. This coach isn't doing a lot of things that Russell is good at. And I think that's being overlooked because of how bad Russ has been playing. So there's a lot. And Jerry Jeudy has dropped probably 3 or 4 balls that should have gone for touchdowns. And we're not really – I think it's so much easier to pick on Russ because of what do you call it, McCorn ball? Because he's fucking lame as fuck. And it's like that shit worked in Seattle because he had like true NFL players, like you said with Legion of Boom, a Marshawn Lynch. So it was somebody to be more fun and entertaining to where you have this cornball, but you also have these other players that are great people, Richard Sherman, like I said, Marshawn Lynch, even a Jermaine Kearse who was always constantly calling out people, which I love. And then you go to Denver where no one's going to have your back. And it's literally just you saying Broncos country, let's ride every 5 seconds. Like everyone's going to be like, all right, dude, shut the fuck up. Like,
Hey, bro, like, and that wide receiver that was wide open in the end zone, he kind of sums it up for me, though. I just think I get it. You could probably call better plays, but Russ had him wide open. Could have won that game, bro. As a I don't know, and we can't compare him, but as a superstar quarterback, as what they call Russell Wilson, because he's getting superstar money. Now you got to
he's also married to, like, we act like superstar quarterback just means how great they are on the field. He's married to Sierra. He has a bunch of kids. Like, what I mean?
I get that, but I'm saying, like, as a superstar quarterback getting superstar money, you got to be a superstar. Make something happen when
Pro Bowler. That's the question: is he a Pro Bowler or a superstar? That's the difference.
Oh,
because they need a bunch of Pro Bowlers. I mean, you can make Pro Bowl numbers, but I think Shannon said this on Skip and Shannon this week, and I didn't mean to cut you in because I can't go too long without coughing.
Yeah.
I feel like Seattle was highlighted. Seattle, what he did a lot that's being highlighted right now is Russ reads one receiver, stares him down, and doesn't look off to anybody else, which is what happened with that last play, and they know that. And he's gotten hit so many times. He could have made that 1 yard. If we keeping it real, he could have ran straight up and just went after that, but he refuses to run at all. So, I feel like he's got his ring, he has his woman, he has his money. Is he content?
Nah, he probably I think he content because he definitely 200 let's say 210 mil, 220 mil. I think he content. Like, he got paid. Now, the incentives that might come with that to make his contract almost 240 million, he probably don't care about that. If I'm getting 210 million off rip, hey, I'll say Broncos country every 3 minutes too. Broncos country. Start making commercials and all of that. Like, so I think he's content with where he at.
And remember, he's still fucking Sierra. That's like, again, that also gets swept under the rug. Like,
that shit don't matter. That shit don't matter to Broncos fans. They don't give a fuck about Sierra.
Oh yeah.
The Broncos want to be like, they thought they had the second coming of Peyton, another superstar quarterback coming in here. You know, we did. Our defense ain't trash, but now you come in.
It's really good, actually. It's really good.
And now you come in and the defense on the field for 79% of the game. Like, goddamn. You know, Broncos.
I'm tired.
Let's ride. What we going to the locker room with another L? They suck. Speaking of people that suck, hey Harrison, I hope you got some good win, man. I'm gonna let you take this one.
I just want to take this time out to whoever that was that needed something to be said about the Jacksonville Jaguars. I want you to know that you went from being tied for first in the division to third in the division. You are the Sad Wires again. You are in your rightful place behind the Titans on the doormat. You lost to the 1-3. I think they were 0-3 Texans, the worst team in the division. Now y'all are back to where y'all need to be. I have no problem with the Jaguars once y'all rein it in, because when y'all get a couple wins, y'all don't know how to act. Oh my God. La, la, la. That's all I want to say. Shut up. Titans back in first place. Titans are having a terrible season by our standards. We ain't doing too much of nothing. We struggle with the Commanders. We got an injured bevy of injuries. We come out the bye week playing the Colts. That's fine. We need to take a good little leap over both of them, be done with the Colts for the season, just in case they go on a surge. All I'm saying is, shut up, Jacksonville. That's it.
So all he wanted to say was, shut the fuck up, John.
Sad wire. All right. I'm sorry for that, guys. My fault.
No, you're okay. No, that's what we need. That division is so bad. That division's so bad.
Because I'm about to cough now. I'm going to step off.
Now, John, he wouldn't even give you the due diligence. He just coughed all over your team. It's insane.
But I like what the Texans are doing, man. I think people aren't appreciating the Texans as much. But I do want to go to somebody else who I was wrong about. I thought Matt Rule was going to take over the NFL and do amazing things. Loved what he did at Temple. I absolutely love what he did at Baylor. He gave Coach Joe McGuire his first college coaching job. So I've always been behind Matt Rule. And he just got fired today.
Wait. Before we jump on Matt Rule.
Oh, my bad.
I don't mean to cut you off, but we got to talk about something, because once we talk about Matt, I know we're going to get in there. Let's talk about the return of Brian Robinson Jr. first off.
Hell yeah, dude. So I was on Twitter because obviously I didn't watch the Commanders Titans because that was just a shitty game to watch. Wow. But
sit your dumb ass down.
I was hoping something was coming up. But did you watch the game, Harrison? I'm waiting for him to say no. Did you watch the game, Harrison?
Of course I watched the game. I watched the entire I'm a diehard. Yeah, I watched it. It's hard watching the games right now because it's so many injuries. We don't have a bona fide number one. You said what?
Tannehill sucks too. He was like what 18 for like 31.
18 for 31.
18 for 30. I didn't even think he got that many passes up. We don't have a bona fide number one. He's not throwing that many passes, but he got sacked like 15 times. We're committing too many offensive penalties. Derrick Henry got 100 yards again now. Defense, secondary is trash right now. We got too many injuries. Don't have a bona fide number two cornerback. Barely got a number one. Bud Dupree it's too many injuries right now. Sum it up. Offensive line is garbage. Our number one Pro Bowl tackle is hurt his knee. He just wants to be
busting with the boys. He doesn't give a fuck about the NFL. He's just trying to do his podcast and hang out.
We couldn't afford Roger Saffold. We traded AJ Brown. Definitely paying for it. But we built a staple enough to command the division. So it's kind of like we built the team good enough to a culture good enough to go through, but it's definitely hard. I don't think we're going to
lose in the first round of the playoffs. Okay. But sit your dumb ass down. Where's that at? Oh no, because I'm.
Go ahead, Tonio.
My uncle, shout out to my uncle. He a big Titans fan. He was at the game.
Shout out, uncle.
Yeah, he was at the game, but he said the same thing. A lot of injuries plaguing them right now. Tannehill plaguing them, been plaguing them, but he ain't going nowhere.
All that money.
Traylon Burks, that's crazy. That was crazy to me.
Yeah, not till next year. $38 million. But honestly, I was telling somebody else, it's not even Tannehill's fault this year. Honestly, it's the line is just so garbage that we can't sustain anything, and we have no fucking. He has no time to throw the ball, so it's not even really him.
I got a trade for y'all. Bill told me to make it. We got a first round guard. Just got him this year. We'll take any wide receiver, Robert Wood, anybody, bro. Any fucking.
Hey, Cole Strange is really good, dude. Cole Strange will probably make the Pro Bowl this year,
bro. Anybody, Jacoby Myers. Our number one ain't even our number one receiver.
Touchdown.
Who?
Jacoby Myers got a touchdown this week.
He's not our number one. Is Aguilar. That's what I'm saying. Our number one switch every week. So we'll take anybody, Harrison. One of y'all practice wide receivers. Anybody. We'll give you the guard. But no, shout out to the Commanders though. They let Brian Robertson Jr. come out the tunnel last, and he came out to one of the hardest songs in 03, 04, 03. Yeah, 03.
Bingo.
Mini Man. And that was cold. That's probably like one of the coldest jumps I done seen in a while, bro. You want to say
so? Well, I thought so. It was one of the coolest things I saw this week. I do think it's a little like you're just a football player, man. You're not like really a gangster. You just happen to be robbed like everybody else does, apparently in the Washington D.C. area. But that was so fucking dope. Like how pumped that crowd was getting. I didn't know that many people would know the words. Did you see that too, where they were like singing with it? I thought that was kind of cool.
A lot of whites out there saying the N word, but yeah, it's okay.
No, it's not. But
yeah, I know.
I was gonna say that brought up. So the more I'm watching college football this year, they've been playing Mo Bamba in a lot of stadiums, and it's pretty funny, man. You'll hear like where you're like, I got hoes calling a young, and then you hear just like. Not silence, but just definitely way quieter than the rest of the song. And then phone, and then everybody gets back into it. So it's just so funny listening to.
You gotta think, bro. Like them college kids ain't got nothing to lose. Somebody will slap the shit out of you at a college game. Ain't no security in the fans, bro. You seen that Ole Miss joint where they was fighting, bro? Ain't no security. Ain't nobody breaking that up. You on your own. It's the trenches. So you say the wrong word at the wrong game, yeah, you'll get smacked. But shout out to that.
That's right.
But and then before we get on Matt Rule, because I feel like that's gonna be our longest NFL topic, the Eagles 5-0.
I forgot about the Eagles too. They look really good, man. I remember us talking about the Eagles Jaguars, Sadwires. Because that was, two number one teams in the divisions. Yeah. They were going up against each other, and the Eagles are finding ways to win. Jalen Hurts literally looks like Lamar Jackson of 2019, this MVP caliber, great from the pocket. He's not putting up, 300 yards a game. He's putting up, high 190s, low 250s per game with passing, but that's not the offense that they run in Philly. So I think this week against Dallas, because Dallas made them look stupid the last 2 years. And I think this might be Philly's year to really show everybody like, oh, no, we're not just trying to win the playoffs. Like, we're trying to go to the NFC title game.
I think – so this is what I think. I think this week is going to be a major flip. I feel bad for Cooper Rush because he's been having a good week, but I feel like that defensive front is about to get after Cooper.
Think so?
And I think Michael Parsons, he a little banged up. So
he was playing though. I watched a little bit of that game, and
yeah,
he was still
playing.
playing.
But I think I think it's a lot of blocking schemes coming his way. And then I think this might be one of the more athletic quarterbacks he's seen this year. So be able to escape, get out of the pocket a little bit, and he's gonna have to run after that. So I'm because you owe me like 4 cases of dew right
I
now.
do, man. Yeah, I'm making some bad choices.
You know, I don't even drink, dude, but I got the Eagles pulling this one out by probably 10.
You said by 10?
10. That's what I'm gonna give.
Yeah, the Cowboys are due for a bad game. I think that's a pretty good bet if I'm betting.
And then dang, what Unc called CD Lamb? I can't remember, but it was something about him just disappearing, and that shit was accurate. I feel like Big Play Slay gonna have him real quiet. He gonna have CD Lamb extremely quiet. So
you know what CD Lamb did to him last year, though, right?
Yeah, I remember. I think it's get back this year. Because
Okay.
CD, I feel like I just feel like with Amari Cooper gone, bro. CD, he folded.
Not it, man.
Yeah,
he
folded.
It's not. He's not meant to go 1-on-1.
Yeah, it's looking real bad, bro. So I got them by 10. Harrison, make sure you write that down. I'm up 4 cases of Fago on Billy right now because I don't drink Mountain Dew.
No, you are, and I watched the Bills Steelers thing last week too.
Yeah,
that was really for me. I did try to get out of it. I want that to be known that I tried to back out as soon as I figured out that that's who they were playing. I
got to keep you honest, but yeah, let's move on to the main topic, the craziest topic. Something I was expecting, but not for real. Let's go back to Matt Rule. He gave Coach McGuire his job. That's what you were saying before I cut you off. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, man. He came out, built a Baylor program that was literally he went from a 2-11 program to a Sugar Bowl win before he left, and came to the NFL. Got to Carolina. Has great drafts. Just if you look at all his drafts, have just been top notch. Just hasn't been able to figure out the quarterback situation. And I think 3 years, they paid him a 7-year, 65 million, 85 million, something like that contract. And they're already getting rid of him. And I understand why, like you said, right? Like I saw it coming, but like I didn't at the same time where it's like, are you going to give this guy a chance? Like he's trying, you're trying to win with Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield. Like, where is it going to, I was like last year, even because I love Matt Rule so much, I was like, no, Sam Darnold's going to get it together. And then, okay, he didn't. So then I was like, oh, Baker's definitely going to get it together now. And then he doesn't. So it's like, is it Matt's fault or is it the Panthers just can't do anything unless everything's not going through Christian McCaffrey?
It's the Panthers' fault. I feel like this was a setup job for him at the start. I think so. So he was on a 7-year, $62 million contract. The Panthers hadn't been good since Steve Smith Jr. and Cam Newton was looking amazing. They ain't really been nothing. And then their quarterback, like they are undecisive trying to get a big name quarterback. I feel like they would have did way better if they would have just been like, you know what? Let's just ride Cam until he retire, bro, because we can't get no worse. Like Cam was winning games, but now you get these quarterbacks with a not too good offensive line. So now Sam Darnold hurt. Boom, you put in Baker. Boom, he gets smacked. He hurt. Like, and then Christian McCaffrey.
I don't think Baker's hurt. I think Baker's getting his ass beaten. It's a good excuse. But do you think it's kind of ironic now? I think they're kicking themselves for not getting Jimmy G.
Yes, I do. I think that, yeah, absolutely. Real fast though, Harrison Baker is hurt. He was walking in a walking boot after the game.
I'm not saying I don't think what I mean is I think that Baker's losing right now, and I just think that it's going to. I feel like it's a narrative with Baker. You feel what I'm saying?
I 100% agree with Harrison. You know how I feel about Baker. I don't like. I think. I was trying. Yeah. I think I'm with him on painting the narrative. Hey, I don't suck. I'm just hurt. Just like in Cleveland, everybody was like, "Well, Baker needs help." No,
it was something. I think it was Baker. Somebody, I don't know. It was something I had just seen the other day. It was Twitter. I think, what was it? I'm gonna look for it real quick. And I was trying to chime in on y'all bets, but I started coughing and I couldn't find it. It was something the other day that said someone had been playing with torn or something that had been hurt for like a couple days. It was
Russ.
something. It was,
They said something about Russ.
Yeah, that's what it was. When somebody start losing, that's when you start pulling up injuries. And I'm like this. I mean, Billy, you played football. I played football. I play basketball. Tonio, you see me play ball all the time. When I get hurt, what I do?
Still play.
I thug it out. You don't even hear nothing from me. I get real quiet. It's time to go. Ain't no excuses.
Yeah, but I think it's different, man. I'm not taking up for Baker because I mean I can just admit when I'm wrong.
Yes, you are.
No, I can admit when I'm wrong, but I do want to say there is, for the NFL especially, and even at college level, there are trainers who can leak out things and say, oh, hey, by the way, Russ has been hurt. I see what y'all are saying. I do, obviously, like maybe that could be the organization trying to get the fans to calm the fuck down, especially for the Broncos who are just booing Russ every time they go out in the field or every fourth down, third down call. So I can see that, but at the same time, I do think because Baker was like he was fucked up. Like there was X-rays and all kinds of shit from Cleveland, like where he was getting fucked up and just trying to stay in and play.
Fake news. This year, Baker has had a 16.5 total QBR. That is terrible.
No, that's
Baker's and Russ is awful. But Baker like, hey, I'm gonna be good at something. Let me be good at being the worst quarterback in the league. Like,
to be fair, too, he did. If I feel like if the Panthers would have got Jimmy G, I don't know how the Niners didn't get rid of him, but if the Panthers got Jimmy G,
good on them.
Matt Rule would still have a job.
Yeah, they would have. And like I said, I blame the organization. I feel like we're gonna see a Cam Newton appearance somewhere here just to keep the fans there. Because
they did the same shit last year.
Yeah. So, but since I'm gonna just put out the stats with Matt Rule, and he was playing with a loaded deck against him. He was 11-27 since he's been there. He was 1-4 this year. Only time he won games is when Cam Newton was his quarterback, ironically. And
well, he started 3-0 last year, and then as soon as Chris McCaffrey got hurt, that's when everything went downhill for them.
That's another thing. Like, other than Christian McCaffrey on that offense, your second option is who? Robbie Anderson?
And DJ Moore is also really good. Dude, Robbie Anderson's good too.
Or DJ Moore, like, I got him in my fantasy, bro, and they was like, he went from a starting position to bench. He ain't good in fantasy, so I don't know. Like,
he's boomer bust in fantasy. You got to get the terminology right.
DJ Moore is a dog he was the first 4 weeks of fantasy last year with what's his name? Sam Darnold. DJ Moore was a problem. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, he was wide receiver 3 for like the first 8 weeks.
Yeah, so now that he got Baker just ain't good, bro, and we gotta do that. But back to we don't gotta talk about Baker because we knew he sucked last year when Odell Daddy leaked the tape. Matt Rule, bro, I think you know, eyes get wide. The NFL, you done made it, bro. Like, hey, NFL job coming. I don't care how shitty your team is. I'm going. Like, the league. The NFL, that's you know, really made it. You coaching collegiate ball
right there.
Yeah, like that's a mecca, bro. Like, but bro, I respect Nick Saban went to the NFL, it didn't work out. Now he the god of NCAA. Like, there's nothing wrong with not going to the NFL to coach, and I don't judge him on his decisions because, like I said, me the same way. If an NFL team is offering me, hey, yeah, man, I'm calling the AD, I'm calling the dean of the school, man. Yeah, y'all get ready to throw me a little parade. I done did so much for this program, but I got the call, bro. It's like, yeah, because now, like you said, bro, if you're not in no school like Alabama, Texas, USC, Oklahoma, where a coach can make as much as an NFL coach because they can pay him that much, then, like, you know,
even if you take the money out of it, right? Like, it's still like, as a professional, like, you want to see if you can be the best of the best at the best, you know?
Yeah, because
it's like Nick Saban
making Baylor look good. That's cool, right? That's cool.
Yeah.
Making Temple look good. That's amazing. Like, I can't take that from you, but
right.
if you're not getting one of them in college, I feel like it's certain football schools that you got to get to as an elite coach to make sure you can
But
make
then, okay, so then let me, because this is going to segue into the next thing. So what about Miami or Nebraska, these high profile programs that have just been on the downswing for a couple of years now? You think they take a chance on Matt Rule?
I think they will. I think Nebraska is using an interim coach right now, right?
Yeah.
Black dude, he's not gonna last in Nebraska, even if he let them win.
Mickey James.
Yeah, he
or
not
Mickey.
Gonna, yeah, Mickey James, right?
Is it? I think it's Mickey James. Yeah.
Yeah, he not gonna. He in Nebraska, bro. Like, I don't even. I'm scared for that, brother.
He is the first black head coach of Nebraska football.
You think?
I'm just throwing it out there.
Hey, shit. I feel like the people knew that without even having to be Nebraska, Billy. Come on. But I feel like Nebraska's looking. I feel like that's where you're gonna end up. But Auburn's also looking for a coach. And me, myself, personally, I'm going to Auburn, bro. And this is why.
No.
If I get one dub over Nick Saban, I'm talked about. Nebraska gonna beat who? Who we gonna talk about?
Gene Chizik won a national championship, was fired. Gus Malzahn made it to a national championship or won a national championship, also fired.
Yeah, because you gotta keep being good, bro.
No, smart. No. You could be good. See what I'm saying, man? See, it comes back to Nick Saban ruining coaching for college football. I think if I'm a head coach, I'm staying away from the SEC simply based on I don't have time to develop any type of program. Look at Texas. Charlie Strong was there for 3 years, got rid of him. Tom Herman only there for 3 years, won a Sugar Bowl, got rid of him. These programs, these fan bases are so demanding and so fucking crazy. Like, these ADs have to be worried about it to where you can't. Even Carolina, who was shitty, still gave Matt Rule this year, was like, all right, man, come on, you got to give us something. And then he went 1-4 and then didn't do shit for him. So they had to let him go. Especially turning a program around, it's so fucking hard. And I think you can't go like Scott Frost got 5 years in Nebraska and he fucking sucked. I think that's the best place for Matt Rule is Nebraska, because Auburn's going to have 2 bad years and they're going to be like, oh, so you just can't do shit.
See, that's the thing, though. Nebraska is a setup job for him because Scott Frost did so terrible. They want him to turn it around right now. Like, that's why
I see what you're saying.
As a setup. So I feel like now with Auburn being sorry so many years in a row, if I get one big SEC win, that solidifies me. If I suck one season at Nebraska, I am on the hot seat. And they already suck, bro. Like, so, and it's bad. It's bad, bro. Like, Mickey James got the same program that Scott Frost had, and they want him to pull wins out of his ass. How?
He has 2 wins already.
I know, but I'm saying he's not getting that job. They looking for candidates.
Nope.
He's not getting that job. If he won the rest of the year, he still wouldn't have his name in the hat.
No, I think you're right. And the only reason I think you're right is because he also played for Nebraska like Scott Frost. He won a national championship with Nebraska like Scott Frost. So I don't think they can segue to another guy that's literally just like the black Scott Frost. I think that would be not good for the university.
And
because it just shows your fans like, oh, we're just going to try the same shit.
Yeah, see, and Scott Frost, well, he got off easy. Mickey James not going to get off as easy as Scott Frost. So, yeah, there's that. But I hope Matt Rule going to be somewhere within the next few weeks. We're going to hear about it. I already know.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And the reason why I think Auburn is the place, because their coach sucks now. Auburn won, what, 2 games, 1 game?
No, they're 3-1. Or, 3-2 now.
Who they lost to Penn State and
LSU.
And LSU. Yeah, we'll talk about LSU. But speaking of coaching, man, we talk about the HBCU a lot. And this was the game that me and you betted on again. That's 6 cases of Fago.
We didn't bet on this game. We bet on who's going to win the SWAC.
No, you said maybe we did. But I feel like, hey, we got tape. Harrison, let me know. Because I feel like we bet on this game because you was talking about the quarterback from Alabama State, the Auburn. Speaking of Auburn, the Auburn transfer,
Demetrius Johnson, I think,
bro. And I'll be real with you, this game, like they had Shador a little rattled. Their defensive line was looking amazing. Like Shador was pressured until he started busting them. Like, God, he dropped some passes in there crazily.
It was like 2 or 3 rollouts where I was like, oh, fuck, here it is right here. Because, like, they were running some zero blitzes too. And I was like, why are you running zero blitz against Shador? Like, there's no what.
It was one where he dropped one into his receiver, bro. And it was so pretty. And it dropped right into his hand. And he had that cornerback dusted by like 7 yards. And I'm like, a zero blitz and you don't get to him? Do y'all not know who he is? But that's not what we're talking about because JSU won the game 26-12. Like I told you, they're going to win the SWAC again, I think. Let's talk about the after the game, bro. So
Eddie Robinson, so Prime's coming down, right? And Eddie Robinson, like, it looked like they shook hands and everything was fine, but it looked like I didn't know if Eddie, I don't know if y'all saw the same video I did, but it looked like Eddie like swim moved him and like just pushed him to the side and congratulated another coach or something and then booked out of there. And Prime was like, what the fuck just happened?
Nah, so Deion tried to bring him in to give him like the, and hit his, chest. Like, what's up, bro? And Eddie Robinson Jr. stiff armed him. So let's give some background. Eddie, or we can go to the afterwards. So Eddie Robinson said that Deion walked through his whole offensive huddle, which he did. Well, it wasn't no huddle. They was just warming up back there and didn't shake his hand before the game and nothing like that. And he was saying that Deion ain't SWAC. And he gave Deion praises for what he was doing at Jackson State. He said Shador is one of the best quarterbacks he's ever seen play, like FCS, FBS, one of the best. And he said that, he hoped they play next year and Jackson State had them for their homecoming, which I'm sure they will. He said he don't know if Deion going to be there, though. I think he will be, but.
Yes, Deion's going to be there for another 10 years.
So what happened was Deion was doing his walk around, the pregame walk around the whole stadium. And while he was doing the walk around, he was getting cussed out by like the students and shit.
No, not students.
He was getting cussed out by the players, the students,
the players.
No, you heard the players on camera.
Yeah,
but he was getting cussed. He was getting cussed out by the students as well. That's what they got. He wrote it in the caption, and that was what Deion was talking about. What the coach was talking about was his actions of actually walking around, and that's why Deion released the tape.
Yeah, because let's be for real. All right, the fans, the students, you gonna hear some stuff from the fans. You always gonna hear stuff for the fans, but for the players to be like, "What this bitch ass," and the words you say probably the hardest insult in the game. For a player to say that while Deion, I'm not shaking nobody's hand. I got to get away from that, like, because you're a reflection of your coach. That's how I feel. Like, my coach would never have us talking crazy to not even like a special teams coach, like no coach, but the head coach, especially Deion Primetime Sanders, bro, a legend like that. And then at the end, in Brian Robinson's or Eddie Robinson's post conference, he said Deion not SWAC. Now let me give you some. Because I get where you're coming from. Because let me give you some numbers about Eddie Robinson Jr. All 4 years that he played at his alma mater, Alabama State, he got all SWAC honors every year. Mm-hmm. He got SWAC Defensive Player of the Year, 1990 and 1991. He got the All-American honors in 1990, 1991, and Defensive Player of the Year in 1991 there. So I get it when he say he not SWAC, but then Alabama State ain't won the SWAC in like 18 years, bro.
Yeah, no, they're definitely not.
the SWAC ain't been relevant for years until Deion came and was like, "Hey man, get these people some names on their jerseys. Hey man, we got talent down here. Hey man, hey all my NFL scout buddies. Hey, check out these HBCU players. Like, and it's crazy for the kids to be cussing them out. It was 2 scouts behind Deion that he had brought to the game, and then, like Prime said, it was a money game for Alabama State because they ain't never sold out homecoming. Jackson State come through, they sell out homecoming, and then it's a slap in the face because it's like,
I didn't know that. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, bro. Then it's a slap in the face because it's like, you play homecomings. I don't know about y'all at bigger schools. You or Harrison, y'all went to bigger schools than me. But on homecoming, we playing a team that we can demolish. Like, we gonna destroy them.
Absolutely.
For Eddie Robinson,
and I went to HBCU. I went to HBCU.
No, I'm talking about you played football at HBCU. I'm talking about in high school.
Oh, for homecoming, it wasn't the same. I ain't pay attention to my high school homecoming like that. I thought you were talking about college.
Nah, so bro, every college, high school, we played somebody we could demolish. For him to play, for him to pick the team that just won the SWAC the year before, like Deion said, it's a money game, and they made their money. Like, they definitely selling out homecoming. That's making your money, Billy. Like, you know,
you gotta tell me, I get it.
So I see both. I don't see a wrong in either side because you're gonna feel how you feel. I just think Eddie Robertson was really salty, bro. Like, really salty.
Upset.
I think so, but I don't know. I can't wait. I hope it's a way that Alabama State makes it and gets to play them again. I would love to see that. I would love to see that. And Deion a holy man, so they're not gonna square up. But I would love to see them just. He probably and Eddie Robinson got mad because Deion didn't kneel at the end of the game. Come on, man. Hey, you gonna set us up? We gonna play to the whistle blow.
Bingo. I'm about it. There's a weird thing where like all these quote unquote unwritten rules, like no, because at the same time, if Deion doesn't take a knee, and let's say somebody blows up that running back and he gets hurt or something, now that's Deion's fault.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like it goes both ways. You could look at it however you want. Fucking stop them. You're playing defense. You got 11 players out there. They got 11 players. Stop them. It's crazy to me that like, why didn't you take a knee? Like, well, maybe I want to give you guys a shot, you know?
Yeah.
But I do want to go through one more LSU versus Tennessee this week. I got a couple clips because I was at work. So when I was doing some of the paperwork, I was able to click on the Tennessee LSU game, watching Tennessee just destroy Brian Kelly in the swamp. Those Tennessee fans from Knoxville were loud as hell. They were so loud. When Tennessee scored a touchdown, I thought it was like shit was getting pushed in to the state, like the loudness was getting pushed into the stadium. It was so loud. I think Tennessee is on a tear, and I think they could make their way to the college football playoff.
They could, man. I think Tennessee is going that Kentucky hype over with. So I think Tennessee is going to give Georgia all they want, bro. And Georgia, sorry, John, again, Georgia, we haven't seen them struggle with Missouri. We seen them struggle with who did they struggle with? Who else did they struggle with? It was somebody else right after Missouri. They struggled
Kent State.
Bit. Who? Yeah, Kent State
and Missouri.
Yeah, so like I said, that Georgia team is not the same. It's not the same defense from last year. They're still good. They still deserve to be where they're at. But that Tennessee team, I think Tennessee jumps to like number 5 this week. I didn't see the.
No, they're number 6.
Still.
It's Alabama. No, because they were number fuck. Because USC was 6 this week. Tennessee was like 9th or 8th. They moved up. But it's
Ole Miss was number 9.
Alabama. Yeah, Alabama, Ohio State, Georgia, Clemson, Michigan, Tennessee is a top 6.
Shit, Harrison hold me $1,000. USC didn't even lose, and they not in the top 5, so that was easy money. But speaking of great teams, Ole Miss, I just want to talk about them this week. John, because y'all sorry. John texted me and he was like, it's funny to be winning a big game and then be down. And then I sent Lane a text and I was like, all right, man, let's just turn it on. These pussies talking crazy to me in the group chat. And we ended up beating them 52-28. And Jonathan Mingo had a day. We talked about him last week about getting him involved. And it's always Vandy for us where our wide receivers do the best. So he broke a record, right? 9 catches for 247 and 2 tugs. That record was set like a year and a half, or a year ago, or 2 years ago by Elijah Moore.
Right?
Yeah, 238 against Vandy. So he had a good day. Ole Miss should be number 7. Like, because
I'm with you, but they're number 8. I mean,
no, we should be number 7. Who's number 7? USC?
Yes.
We would dog walk USC.
I don't know. That offense is so good. Y'all's defense is not playing great. Y'all gave up a lot of points. I think there's also a number I want to tell you about Ole Miss. You know, in the last 6 fourth quarters, they've only scored 9 points.
That's enough.
I'm just saying, I don't know if Lane is taking his foot off the gas by the time they get to the fourth quarter. Kentucky played him pretty tight. Could have lost that game. I know the Kentucky hype is over, like you said, because Will Levis got hurt this week, and he's probably not playing next week either. So there's 2 losses for Kentucky right there. That ain't getting you to the fucking SEC championship game for sure.
Nah. So I'm really like about Ole Miss. It's always the Alabama game.
Yeah.
If we can play Alabama good for 3 quarters, we got a shot. If they come out the gate, then Bryce Young still out, so they had a little.
Shout out to Dre too, because I know the quarterback he knows him went to Katy, right?
Yeah.
So he looked fine. I think Nick Saban is just. It's crazy to go from a Bryce Young type quarterback to I think it's Dillmore, right? Is his name?
Yeah. Went from Tua back to Jalen Hurts. That's all that was.
Yeah, and I think Nick had a hard time, or Bill O'Brien, had a hard time
Bill O'Brien sucks as a coordinator.
He doesn't suck.
He does. But I've talked to many Alabama fans. Shout out to Butler. He said Bill O'Brien sucked. That's a diehard.
Every Alabama fan thinks everybody sucks except Nick Saban. But
that's not a hard argument to like.
That's what I'm saying. But there are some okay coaches that are within Nick. There's a reason Nick Saban hired that motherfucker. Okay, is that crazy to say? How about that?
Yeah, because he is a scapegoat. Anyway,
Nick Saban ain't out here hiring idiots. Sorry.
Maybe. Anyway, let's speed through this one. Let's talk about the rankings real quick. I think we could tell how bad the ranking system is in college football because Oklahoma sucks. And they started the year at number 5?
8. They started the year at number 8.
They suck. Should have never been. Are they still in the top
25? I said that on our top 25.
I'm just agreeing.
Okay.
And then let's jump into coaches not belong. I know you like to say, they just need Brian Kelly suffers his biggest loss because he's not in one of these little Rudy Poo conferences. Everybody can't coach in certain conferences, and the SEC is one. Speaking of, Jimbo had Alabama on the ropes again. Calls a fucking pass play on the 1 yard line. On the 1 yard line. Brian, what's Will Anderson? Tired as shit. I'm running the ball, Billy.
Yep.
I'm in the SEC. I got 300-pound linemen. I'm running on the 1 yard line, and he throws the ball out of bounds. It ain't not even close. It wasn't even close. Don't belong, bro.
And it's not like he has a good quarterback back there either. He has this guy barely making it.
Exactly.
And just a bad route. Like that's not a route that you want in the end zone, especially against Alabama corners. Like there's 4 corners in that backfield alone. Like what are you doing? Or for the NFL, in that backfield alone. Like Why is that the play that we're running, Jimbo? Come on, man.
I mean, and he really got saved because there wasn't no pass interference. They picked the ball off. You get blessed like that, and you throw the ball again, bro. On the 1 yard line. It's insane.
You got to run it at least once, right? Don't you run it at least once?
Yes, you got to run the ball on the 1 yard line, Billy.
Yeah,
I think his offensive line averages 320.
Probably.
Come on, bro. Like,
and I don't like that Nick Saban and Jimbo just shook hands and acted like everything was fine before the game. I was not a fan of that.
I don't get it. I feel like they should have been like Deion and Eddie Robinson.
Jimbo they
just pushed them.
Somebody should have hit somebody. Just pay the fine. Fuck it. But
speaking of hit somebody,
there we go.
Speaking of hit somebody. Hey, Draymond or Jordan Poole got to go, and I don't think it's Jordan Poole. Draymond finally came out and said something about the hit, and he wasn't really like apologizing for the hit. He was apologizing because it leaked out for real. So Draymond really a menace.
No,
he's a menace.
All right, so hear me out, man. Draymond Green has been this guy since day one. Since the day the Golden State Warriors drafted this kid out of Michigan State, he's been the same player, the same type of player for the whole time. He hasn't changed on anybody. He hasn't been fake. He hasn't tried to pretend that he's something he's not. You and I have had the conversation about the Golden State Warriors being a whitewashed team, right? And Draymond is the glue that holds all the whitewashed motherfuckers together. That's just
crazy. Bro, it's so crazy that after he punched him, his episode of The Shop came out and he talked about being a dog. And he said, this is what I had to do to be on the floor at this Golden State team. So, like, bro.
Yeah, no, exactly, bro. Like, you don't think Mark Jackson's out here, like, telling him, like, hey, you got to be a dog mentality. You got to be a dog. Like bro. And then it's like, so I get it. Jordan Poole is going to be one of the Warriors, like, premier guys like later on, but like Michael Jordan was out here punching players, holding them accountable.
Yeah, but Draymond ain't no fucking Jordan.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying that's his mentality. Is that I'm leading this team. Michael Jordan's mentality. I'm leading this team. You're gonna come with me. Now, obviously, the talent wise, that's not where I'm getting at. But Draymond is literally telling you, no, this is how the fuck we're gonna do this. I get that you had your pop in the playoffs and everything looks pretty and people are talking you up and you have all this hype. So maybe Jordan Poole was out there acting an ass and Draymond was like, not here. That ain't how you're about to act. That's why Kevin Durant left, because Draymond was like, no, you're not about to act like that out here. Now, if you can't do that way towards Kevin Durant and then you now the Warriors are thinking about letting you go because you did to Jordan Poole, get the fuck out of here, man.
He gone, bro. I don't think he gonna get out of there, bro, because they not letting Poole go. Like, I just don't think Jordan Poole can't look at that man. He can't look at Draymond the same ever again, bro.
So I look at it like this. It's like Dennis Rodman. You would let Dennis Rodman go to the club before coming to the game, right? You can't take the good with the bad, the good with Draymond, and then excuse the bad. You know what I'm saying? You without Draymond, you're a soft team. You just shoot a bunch of threes. You complain a lot. You basically a light skinned team. It's just the easiest way to say it. Draymond is not a skill. Draymond is not a player that you drafted for his skill set. You drafted him for his tenacity, like Patrick Beverley, and you drafted him for his intelligence. The difference that he makes on a team, the difference that he can make 1 through 5, you'll never get from Jordan Peele. I'm sorry. It just, and I get what you said about Kevin Durant, but they had already won before Kevin Durant got there. You know what I'm saying?
They won before Jordan Poole got there too.
Exactly. So yes. So
okay.
I get what you're saying. Yes. Oh my gosh. And I think to your comment about he only apologized because the video, I feel that there is some correctness in that. Yes. Because when you see the video, I don't think he felt bad or they made him do it. I think when you see the damage that it's going to do to somebody that's supposed to be your teammate, you feel a little bad that you did that to him. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, because Jordan
and on top of that, I feel that also sometimes until like in the moment you don't think that is bad, or even like even when it's man, ain't nothing, and then when you get some time to reflect or somebody show you like what the real ramification is, then you're able to go like, dang, I effed up. You know what I'm saying? And so I feel like the video, seeing it firsthand, kind of maybe put him in a perspective like, dang, I really like he may have looked at it and from his character, like that's kind of fucked up. Looking at me from a video standpoint, in my head, it was like, man, I felt like it was right. Looking at it from a third person's advantage, that's some sucker shit, you know?
Yeah.
But I still think Draymond's more valuable than Jordan Poole.
Jordan Poole, I don't think they looking at it like that.
Draymond got 4 rings. Jordan Poole got 1.
No, and you were right, but Draymond getting old. He shot He shot like 67 from the free throw last year. He shot like 27 from 3. You know.
But Jordan Poole at the same time, you still got Andrew Wiggins. So, like, let's say if Jordan Poole wasn't a part of the equation, it's not like the Warriors are going to lose games because they don't have Jordan Poole.
I mean, well, you gotta look at
Andrew Wiggins to be the next.
You gotta look at them though. They fragile, like, and God forbid anything, but it only take a wet spot for Clay or Steph to be out of there, and then what? I don't want that for him, but that's real. Like,
no, I'm with you. Yeah.
They got history, and then it's back to Jordan Poole, Draymond, and Andrew Wiggins out there looking like a 3-man show. So I don't know. One of them got it because now Draymond done did this to Jordan Poole's career. He can't never talk shit to nobody, like nobody, because they're gonna be like, "Yo, Draymond sucker punched you. I'm gonna beat the fuck out of you." Like, he can't never talk shit to nobody.
Well, then, but where's the adage though? At the same time, man, like there has to be something to be said to where, like, okay, maybe Draymond can just fight better than me, but I'll fuck you up. Type shit. Why not? Why is that not a thing?
Jordan Poole, because if Jordan Poole could fight, there's no way that somebody walk in your face, you push him, and then you let your guard down. That's basic fighter 101.
With your teammate, maybe you don't have your guard up because you don't think the dude's gonna fucking punch you.
No, Billy. If Harrison pushed me and we friends, if I walk up on Harrison, he pushed me, then I'm sure Harrison got the common sense to be like, all right, this motherfucker might swing on me. Ain't no way and you my friend. But if you walk up on me in my face and I push you, I'm following that with a lick. I'm not pushing you and then hoping to see somebody grab you. And that's what Jordan Poole thought was gonna happen. He's not a fighter, and that's okay. Everybody ain't gotta be fighters. But nah, bro, and that video gonna be forever. People making remixes about it. It's like, bro, that scrutiny is crazy. And man, some gonna have to change. Cause how do you sit on the bench beside this dude every day knowing that he unsuckered you on the internet?
That's a good point. It's probably the same way porn stars live with their life, just like, oh, hey, something man,
Nah, it's totally different. That's totally different.
Is it?
But let me ask you
a whole bunch of dicks. I'm just kidding. So we have in this notes, I don't know who put it in here. Zion will have a good year. That's literally part of our notes for the show. What does that mean, and who the fuck wrote that?
It was me. There's supposed to be a question mark behind it.
But Harrison said we need to go to fucking grammar school.
Yeah. So I think Zion being in shape, he going right back to 27-7, bro. Like, I really think so. You don't think so?
So look, man, I get all kinds of flack every time Zion's brought up because he's the bust. Zion's an absolute bust as of right now. If we look at what Zion has done since he's been drafted to today, he is a bust.
I mean,
Pelicans don't have playoff series wins. They barely got to the playoffs. No, go ahead. Sorry.
I don't think you call him bust. He been hurt. Like, when he wasn't hurt, he was 27-7. That's bust numbers. Like, it's not like Greg Oden when he wasn't hurt. Greg Oden was averaging like 4 points and 6
No,
boards.
but it's the same thing with RG3.
No.
Yeah, no, but that's what I'm saying, though. Like, obviously, he can play when he's healthy, but you can still call him a bust because he's not out there all the time. When you draft a player number 1 overall, when you draft a John Morant, look at what the Grizzlies have done now. John Morant is not a bust. Look at what he's done since he's been drafted. that team was fucking sorry as fuck. And then he's in the West and fucking doing all that shit. Like, don't give me like Zion's a bust. He's supposed to be the next coming of LeBron, and it's the same thing. We also thought Andrew Wiggins was a bust for a long time, and then he shows up, and he's not necessarily a bust, but he did not do what he was supposed to do.
But nobody
is all I'm saying about
Zion. You can't put that stigmatism on. Nobody's gonna be the next LeBron unless it's LeBron James Jr. That's the only one because he got the same name. That's it. Nobody was gonna be the next LeBron. So I think he has a good year, but we ain't got to push on it. The Lakers.
I'm not saying he won't have a good year. I'm just saying if he has a good 25 games and then it's hurt, is that a good year? I think the games he played, he was good.
I think he lost like 70 pounds, bro. I don't think he gets injured like that.
I'm not buying that for a fucking second.
All right, well, we'll see. We put you say 25 games. I want 4 cases of Fago.
No. I'll bet.
Oh, okay. 2.
36 games. I bet he doesn't play more than 36 games.
All right, bet.
Okay.
All right, Lakers going guard heavy. They pushing Russ out?
Of course, they need to. Like, I feel like they're trying to show Russ, like, hey, man, can you just nicely leave because we love you? The city of LA loves you. Like, can you just agree to, like, be released? You know?
I think so, bro, because you got to think about it. Pat Bev probably going to get more minutes than Russ, and that's going to get under Russ' skin. Then Austin Reeves, who had Steph looking stupid the other night, he's definitely going to be. You said what now?
It's still preseason. I just want to throw that out there.
I don't care. You get shook. You get shook. You got to get, especially for a white dude in the NBA, you got to give him the highlights he can get. He gonna get minutes because he played better defense than Russ. Pat played way more defense than Russ. What's his name? The dude that was hurt all last year for whatever reason that we don't know why he was hurt. The one that came from Miami. The little dude, he was hurt. What's his name? Either way, he was hurt, and he was supposed to be a big part of the team. He looking good preseason. He gonna get minutes. He could play defense. He could score better than Russ. Then they just signed 2 G League guards like 2 days ago, and I'm like, all right, Russ, you not even gonna try because he's selling his house. I don't know if he sold it to get something bigger or something smaller, but it's like, all right, bro, you on your way out. Just go back to OKC. Chet not there.
Yeah,
they need to sell some tickets. Just call I know the owner was in. He loved you when you was there. Just call him.
And they got like 100 million picks. They could probably give up 1.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey,
the Lakers ain't got no picks till fucking what, 2029 or something?
Yeah. So just take a $10 million pay cut, bro. And get
Is this a Western Conference Finals Lakers team?
Fuck no.
Is it a playoff Lakers team?
Yeah, 7th seed.
7th seed, maybe make it past the first round because you still have LeBron James, and then that's a wrap after that.
Nah, they could make it all the way. It just depends. I say they sit out street clothes the first 40 games, and just try to win without him. And then
they give him the bubble treatment without the bubble.
Yeah.
Yep,
he done had COVID for 4 months in a row. We just go with that like that.
Dude, I think this is the first show that has came to that conclusion. That's the way the Los Angeles Lakers need to fucking play it. Just have street clothes sit out. He's hurt. You know, hey, he tweezed his eyebrow the wrong way the other day. Keeping him out. And then, all right, we're getting a little close to the playoffs. Let's make sure we're going to be in the playoffs, and then you can play with us. And then
that's kind of because LeBron finna go stupid. This year's 20. He obviously they already said that I don't got no thoughts about Kareem and I don't got no relationship. So he definitely going for that record. So he finna go crazy. We already seen him pulling the 40.
I also don't like that quote by LeBron.
Fuck that. We letting Kareem
That's
talk
not.
all
I just
reckless. Man, fuck that. That shit get old, bro. Like every time LeBron get a step closer, when he got to number 3, Kareem start. Oh, I don't like the way he showboat. When he got to number 2, oh, he's a better caliber of player than to be out there having fun like that. Man, fuck that. Let him say something. You can't just keep getting walked on, Billy. Like, all right, I get it. Kareem a great, get it. But bro, like, just because LeBron breaks your record it's not gonna make you.
I didn't hear anything, right?
I said just because LeBron breaks that record, it's not gonna make him any less great. Just do like everybody else when they getting their record broke. Like, rest in peace, Kobe. He was at the game when LeBron passed him, shook his hand, dapped him up on the sideline. Like, and that's a Kobe top 3, top 5 player. Yeah, sat right back down, bro. Like, stop hating, Kareem. Stop hating. That's hate. So LeBron just was like, no relationship, no thoughts. And
no, but that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm. No, I'm not. I'm not mad at it, but I've come to this. The thing I love about LeBron too, obviously, is basketball, like the way he plays basketball, but he always says the right thing. Always is responsible with his words and his actions and how he says things and what he does. And I just feel like he had a great opportunity to be like, oh yeah, no, me and Kareem, we're not tight or anything, but I'd love to, always pick his brain, or me and Bill Russell were tight because I've won 100,000 Eastern Conference Finals MVPs. I'd love to have that kind of relationship with him, or some corny ass Russell Wilson thing that I was just really kind of thinking LeBron might say to a legend in the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
LeBron gets flack when he says shit like, no, I think I'm the best player in the game and shit. Like, people give him flack for that type of shit.
Yeah, bro. So I'm not mad. I'm tired of him being walked on. And let's speaking of the Lakers and Russ, I've been wanting to. I think I talked to Harrison about this because we getting ready to come to a close. I want to. Chris Paul is Devin Booker's Russell Westbrook, and what I mean by that is, like, when the Suns do bad, Chris Paul takes the blame instead of Devin Booker. In the preseason game, Devin Booker looked soft as hell. He posted LeBron. He posted that LeBron, it don't matter. Well, LeBron had just lost the finals. He got there. Devin, bro, you just lost the preseason game. Stop it. It's just a preseason game. Like, I think Devin Booker doesn't get a lot of flack for any of the Suns' failures. And when Devin Booker, don't get me wrong, he a Mississippi. Well, he's not from Mississippi, but he played in Mississippi. So shout out to that. But, bro, like, dog, play better defense. You talk about being so much like Kobe. Well, Kobe made all defense a lot.
A lot. Like, almost all the time. Like, he was
a lot. Like, if it's another guard if it's another guard going at your neck that can score, there's nothing you can do about it.
Well, if your best player is a 1, 2, or 3, that's who Kobe's guarding.
Exactly. Devin's never doing that. And
so he's guarding your worst 1, 2, or 3. That's what
exactly. Yeah. Like, and when CJ McCullough, prime example, when CJ McCullough was still with the Trailblazers, and it was either Dame or CJ cooked fucking Devin Booker. Like, I'm talking about burnt his ass up for like 41 years. And I'm like, God damn, you a superstar, or saying you're a superstar. But it always seems to fall back on Chris Paul, right or wrong?
No, you're absolutely right. And I've gotten so much flack for saying, even from you until right now, that Devin Booker is not as big of a star as we think he is. He's a very, very good player. And before Chris Paul got there, his team was absolute dog shit. He's a Kyrie Irving. That's it. Very, very good. Will not win basketball games by himself. Will not elevate anybody around him. That's not how it's going to work. Chris Paul gets there. They literally go to the finals. Like, that's how fast it worked for Chris Paul. Chris Paul went to an Oklahoma City team that was trying to tank, got them to the playoffs in the fucking West. That's not how shit should go. And Devin Booker honestly should probably be kissing Chris Paul's ass a little more. That's just me. Maybe that's a little too far, but fuck, man. Devin Booker without Chris Paul would still be in the bottom 5 of the league every fucking year, because all you can do is score points. That's it. Now, do you need to score points to win? Yeah, but you also got to stop the other motherfuckers from scoring 50 also.
Yeah, so I don't know, bro. I think, like I said, I was talking to Harrison about this, and I can't remember, but I'm sure me and Harrison was talking about this. And that shit just got me to thinking, like, since the NBA is coming back up, Like, and then since they lost to the 36ers, I would never lose to a team called the 36ers. Never. I'm talking about like, and they got they shit like beat.
Yeah.
So, and they blame Chris Paul and Aiden for not talking to the coach. It was all on them two. Devin
Yeah, but
Booker.
Devin Booker's just fine.
Yep.
Just keep doing what you're.
It's been another great show, man.
No, before we leave, I got one question for you. Have you seen that that 7'3" fucking G League prospect?
The alien that LeBron called him?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that was my like 5th G League game I've ever watched. Dude, that kid is gonna be so good. If you get him on that Giannis diet to get him thicker and bigger, that dude could probably be the best player we've ever seen in the league. That dude looks scary, man.
Somebody said that he would be, if LeBron and him same draft, LeBron be 2. That's far-fetched to me.
Far-fetched, yeah. But I like what they're doing.
Yeah, but I like it. The dude looked good. He looked unstoppable. Now, like I said, I always gotta play, devil's advocate. We seen the little dude like Chet. Literally.
I told you, didn't I? I said that on this show that I was worried about him staying healthy.
So I think I said it more than you, but I probably agree with you. I can't, because I'm a bigger dude, so that skinny shit. I don't. That's why I like KD, because he's good, but I hate him because he's small and he don't brush his hair. Yeah, so it's like a lot, bro. But I just
put a do-rag on every now and again. Like he makes so much money.
Giannis is the only one we've seen with the transformation like that. So I don't know if it was because
Giannis was also drafted 15th, so it was like a little easier. Also, Jokic too did the same shit because he was drafted in the 2nd round. So it's like if you don't take these dudes, number 1, like we could, and maybe Chet. What if Chet comes out next year and just looks like a fucking beast?
Well, that's yet to be seen.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
If he's gonna put on weight, because I'm saying that because KD still can't bench 135, bro. But he just
no way he can.
He just he just found a way to make it work. Giannis,
but think about how long his arms are. That's a far way to go.
Giannis' arms are way longer than KD's. I'm sure.
Yeah, Giannis could probably put up like 265.
Yeah, 300 at least. Giannis big, bro. Like the dude big. KD and Giannis is now. This might be a reason why Giannis got bigger. He can't fucking shoot at all. Like he can shoot a little bit, but KD is a sniper. So maybe he was like, if I get bigger, I'm gonna have to figure my shot out, and I already got it going for me. So that might be the same with the dude with Chet. And this dude is like, all right, KD making it. But like I said, man, it looked good in the G League. And them G League dudes are amazing players.
Yeah.
But then it's the league with no G in front of it. And them dudes all so especially in the league now, it's more athletic. Everybody is athletic, bro. Yeah. We don't have many big centers like that anymore. So it's gonna be some bigger guards. It's gonna be like, all right, bro, I seen what you could do, but I'm a strap up. So we just gotta see. But man, it's been another amazing show. Shout out to Lil COVID for doing the show, sick and all.
Yeah.
Hey. No, big shout out to Harrison. I know he's over there dying, and he's just trying to help us get our shit off the ground.
I appreciate y'all. No, y'all are good. Sorry I didn't get to chime in as much as I could. I didn't want to cough throughout the episode, so I just kind of let y'all go.
I'm glad you did chime in at the last part to let everybody know that you're okay at least. But yeah, dude, this is the 35th episode, man. We're almost to 40 of these things.
Yeah.
So
since we here, and I'm gonna end it after this. Harrison has been doing a great job producing. So now start sometime probably beginning of next year, middle of next year. Start looking for Brick Shots with Billy and Tonio merch. Start looking for everything, man. Because like you said, we're trying to break off the ground. Start looking, be on the lookout for our new logo changing. We make some logo changes. It's gonna be dope. And the more y'all stick around, the better we'll get, man. I've been Tonio.
This has been Billy, man. Harrison, one more shout out to you, man. Appreciate y'all.
Appreciate y'all, man. Y'all be good.
Bye.